everybody, it's Miss Jalen
and Miss Kaylee,
and welcome to another Sunday school lesson for the children of State Street Baptist Church. I hope that you're having a good week this week. Today we're going to be learning that Jesus healed a man who could not walk. And here's our picture that goes along with this story. And this story comes from John chapter 5. So we're going to start out with our Bible verse for this unit. And remember, this is a long one, so listen as I read. It says, "Yet he himself bore our sickness, and he carried our pains, but we in turn regarded him stricken, struck down by God, and afflicted. But he was pierced because of our rebellion, crushed because of our iniquities. Punishment for our peace was on him, and we are healed by his wounds." And that comes from Isaiah 53, verses 4 through 5. All right, and our big picture question that we're answering this unit is, why did God create people? God created people to worship him, love him, and show his glory.
All right, so today's lesson is about Jesus healed a man who was lame. Jesus went to Jerusalem and stood by the pool. Jesus noticed a man who could not walk. He had been lying there for a long time. Jesus asked him, "Do you want to get well?" The man answered, "Sir, I have no one to put me in the pool when the water is stirred up." The man thought if he could get into the water, he would be healed. Jesus told him, "Get up, pick up your mat, and walk." Right away, the man was miraculously healed. He picked up his mat and started to walk. This happened on the Sabbath. So the Jews told the man who was healed, "It is against the law to pick up your mat on the Sabbath." The man replied, "The man who healed me told me to pick up my mat and walk." "Who was the man?" the Jews asked. But the man who was healed did not know who had healed him. By this time, Jesus had slipped away into the crowd. Later, Jesus found the healed man in the temple. Jesus said to him, "See, you are healed. Do not sin anymore, so that something worse doesn't happen to you." Then the man went to the Jews and told them that Jesus had healed him. So the Jews began persecuting Jesus because he was healing people on the Sabbath. He was saying that God is his Father, making himself equal to God. The man at the pool was unable to help himself. Jesus healed him, and he obeyed Jesus' commands. In a similar way, we are unable to free ourselves from sin. Jesus calls us to trust in him. When we trust in Jesus, he frees us from the power of sin and death, so we can follow him and obey him. All right, Miss Jalen, you ready to answer some questions?
I'm ready.
Whom did Jesus meet by the pool?
He met a man who could not walk.
That's right. What did Jesus do for the man?
Jesus healed him.
What did the man do after Jesus healed him?
He obeyed Jesus. He got up, he picked up his mat, and he was able to walk again.
Why were the Jewish leaders angry with Jesus?
Well, he broke a rule that you couldn't work on the Sabbath, and he said that he was the Son of God. An activity or experiment that you can do for this lesson is a trust activity. So Miss Kaylee has a glass of water, and she also has a piece of cardstock on top. You can also use an index card. What she's going to do is she's going to turn over the cup of water, and she's going to move her hand, and the cardstock is going to hold the water in. We've got to trust that the cardstock's going to hold the water in. In our story today, the man who could not walk had to trust that Jesus would heal him. So let's see if we can trust this cardstock.
All right, so you got to hold it down, hold the cardstock down, and then flip it over, and a little bit of water might come out.
She's going to remove her hand and look at there. Oh my goodness. So just as the man trusted Jesus today in our story, we also have to trust Jesus.
All right, let's finish our lesson with a prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for all the kids that are at State Street Baptist Church. I pray for all of them this week, and I pray that you will, that they will trust in you, Lord. And just thank you for this day. Amen.
Amen. Have a great week.
Bye.